too.
Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about Bebop, as we've said in the last video.
Because we're both fans of it.
And we're going to do it to where I handle my two favorite characters.
And I handle my favorite and least favorite.
I think you should start because of who.
Oh, thank you. Let's start with Wadaco Ed, who I will not try and pronounce the full name for.
You can't be done.
She is annoying AF.
She has very little use in the actual show, in my opinion.
Well, no. She's a hacker, and she's a good hacker.
But the way they've done her, we both find her extremely annoying.
She's overly optimistic. And you would think with someone that has abandonment issues, as her father literally abandoned her as a child and never mentioned the mother, you would think someone with abandonment issues would have a problem. But no, she's all sunshine and lollipops. I don't even... The one episode where she's actually doing the bounty herself. The one that has all the exploitation film references.
Oh yeah, I think that's the one in my rewatch actually.
She didn't even get any development of it.
No, the only development she gets is whenever she's talking to Ian.
No, the only development is the chess game.
I wouldn't even call that development really, because you're just playing half the time.
She is my least favorite character because she literally partakes in mostly nothing. She helps very little, and with that being said, she is still a very important part, but a part that Jet was able to do himself before her.
And he still does most of the time.
And she's also the first to leave.
Yeah.
But unlike Faye, she left for no reason.
They didn't even really give a reason. Now, because he brought him up in his conversation, I'm mainly focusing on my favorite character, Jet. Now, Jet, you don't really get to hear much about his past right away.
No, not really.
He's kind of the stoic information guy for Spike for quite a few episodes.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he does this really well, but you can tell he's got some kind of relationship to Spike.
Yeah. Something like a butters and arms.
Yeah. And a lot of the time, he's the more logical member of the two. Like, out of the two of them.
Although he loves flying around the world, I'm not.
Yeah, it's like his favorite line.
You would think someone named Running Walk wouldn't fall on obnoxious.
Now, he isn't the main focus of the show by any means. He's only gotten a couple episodes.
Oh yeah, but those episodes were great.
What was one of the ones?
There was one episode where he teams up with his old partner.
Yes, Black Dog Serenade, one of my personal favorites. He teams up with his old partner.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Well, this entire video could be considered a spoiler, so.
And you get to see how he lost his arm, because he lost one of his arms.
Yeah.
And you see how this affects him not through flashbacks. I mean, you get a flashback, but
yeah.
Really. But there's a scene, I just watched this today, there's a scene where he's holding a cigarette in his robot arm.
Yeah.
And Faye's complaining to him about the shower being broken.
Faye's being Faye.
Faye's being Faye. And he burns through the glove. And she tells him he should get it fixed. Because it's not that much of a surgery.
Yeah.
Right? It's cheap, it's simple. And he goes, "This is my ship and my arm, I don't need instructions." So obviously, him having that arm is something important to him. It reminds him of something. And you find out later that it wasn't the person he thought that took his arm, but his partner.
Which should give him a couple of trust issues, which is a nice parallel to Spike and the other.
I think my favorite part of the episode, though, was the ending where he had to shoot his old partner because his partner was going to shoot him.
Which can also equal development.
And he wasn't mad. His partner asked for a smoke.
Then let's not forget, before that point, he was even thinking about leaving. It was in his mind to think about leave Bebop and go back to being a cop with his old partner.
Yeah. So he lit a smoke for his old friend, put it in his mouth, and the partner died.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the episode.
Yeah.
This fits a lot with Bebop's themes, as I like to consider it a kind of bittersweet candy.
Oh yeah, most of Bebop is bittersweet.
But
Speaking of bittersweet, shall we go on to your second?
my second episode.
Your second favorite.
Well, he's not quite done with Jet yet because he's got the whole scene with his ex-girlfriend. That whole episode.
Yeah, your second favorite Jet episode.
Oh yes, I understand. Sorry, we're still new to this.
We'll learn as we go.
My second favorite episode, I can't remember the name of it.
If you do, put it down below.
Please do. Is the one where he goes back to his hometown and talks to the girl that left him. Now,
this was back when he was a cop.
yeah, and all she left him was a pocket watch.
Yeah.
And you see, I don't think you see it much before.
Actually, you see it quite often.
Before the episode.
No, I mean if we watch the show afterwards, you see a lot.
Oh,
Like one of those little games.
yeah, but you see him. You see it a lot specifically in this episode.
Oh yeah.
And you can see it means something to him. And when Faye brings up that if he was thinking of an old sweetheart, he kind of freezes up. And
Which is quite fitting because the watch is broke.
Yeah, and it actually he explains why the watch is broke later on.
Oh, I was going to say something completely different afterwards, but. Yeah.
But and then she asked him if it was somebody that made him cry, and he gets mad. You don't often see Jet get mad.
You don't see Jet get emotional.
Pretty much.
He's the walk, as his name implies, wanting walk.
Yeah. And when he actually meets her, he asks her why, and she says, "It's so long ago, I can't remember." Right.
Which is probably the best answer he could have gotten.
Yes. But he then explains why he never fixed the watch. He made a bet with himself. The bet was if she wasn't back by the time the watch stopped, he would leave. Go up in the stars and
Start over.
And that's exactly what he did.
Oh yeah. Dad, and let's not forget the part that her current boyfriend
Was a bounty. Now you don't find this out right away. They didn't go there to get that bounty.
No.
What does he do? He doesn't let Spike handle it. No. This was his turf.
The black dog needs the war.
And Spike asks him, "You gonna let him go?" He goes, "No." I thought. So he chases them down. And it's then that you really see what Jet is like when he gets emotional.
But here's my favorite part of the episode. He punches the guy, tells him to wise up and take care of her. He still loves her, but he sees that this guy loves her and she loves him.
Yeah.
Which is great development because it brings her close to his emotional distress, but it also gives him a little bit of plus because he got closure and he got to help her one last time. Which was also another reason why she left. She got tired of him always solving everything, not giving her a chance.
Yeah. And you can see he is like that with everybody. Spike does something stupid.
He smacks him.
Yeah. Faye being annoying.
Lecture.
The only person I think he can let go was Ed.
I said my opinion about Ed.
But Jet's got another episode where he's...
Boogie Woogie Fang Shy?
Oh, you do remember that one.
Of course. For some reason it's one of my favorites.
Now that was kind of more of a offshoot. There wasn't much character development.
But it was character development nonetheless.
You see him, was it with someone's, an old friend's daughter, I think it was.
The premise of the Boogie Woogie Fang Shy is Jet meets a accomplice's daughter who's searching for him. Now, throughout the show, it's said that at one point the guy was a cop but it was actually more he was an undercover whacked for an organization. Same organization Spike was in.
I think so.
Dragons. Anyway, he went missing after taking a walk. Now his daughter used Feng Shui to help Jet get some last closure. Not really closure, but Joe was able to do something for someone that he was never able to do for himself.
Yeah. Now, I find each character in Bebop has some purpose to them.
Oh yeah.
I think Jet's purpose in the story was to accept one's past, as that was what many of his stories revolved around.
Yeah.
Now, I think we should move on back to you.
Ah, my favorite character in anime, Spike Spiegel. The Jinkudo using smoker. Whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite character. And most of his development progresses the main story of Bebop. So where should we begin? How about the beginning?
Yes. I think you should start with the shaman scene in episode 1.
Spike is actually a very spiritual person for someone being Jewish.
Oh, I didn't know he was Jewish.
Spiegel.
Fair enough.
Not racist. Would that be racist? Sidetracking. He's actually quite spiritual, and he's also, well, back as Dave said, each character represents something. Spike represents moving forward. To quote Spike at the end of the show, I have one eye in the past, one eye in the present.
Yeah.
He always moves forward. That's all he can do. His relationship with the other members also determines stuff about him. With Jet, you get a camaraderie.
Yeah.
Something he hasn't had since he left the Syndicate. Which we'll talk later.
Yeah.
With Faye, it's mutual partnership, respect, or as Faye calls it, camaraderie.
Yeah.
And Ed,
well,
he humors Ed.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to put it.
Spike, trying to.
Now, when I mentioned the shaman scene at the start, he got a prophecy from the man that did some serious...
Oh yeah, that was a big pre-shadow.
Yeah. But it basically told him a woman's going to be the death of him.
Oh, and he's
And
a ladies' man.
And his response was, I've already died for a woman once.
Which we find out later was Julia, who is a big part to his character. Actually one of the biggest.
I would say it's the driving force, actually.
That would be a good point. Julia was the woman he fell for while he was in the Syndicate with Vicious. Now, Spike was known to be the enforcer to do the impossible jobs.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He got with Julia, wanted to leave. The leader gave him a job then.
He was basically John Wick before John Wick was a thing.
It was a suicide job. If he can complete it, he can leave. Which he does. In a way.
Yeah.
He goes to meet up with Julia to tell her, but she doesn't come out because Vicious trying to kill him. If she does.
Now, we've been bringing up Vicious, but we haven't really talked about him. As he has basically no character development throughout the story.
He has no development
by himself, but he has...
He generates development.
He is the one linked to Spike. Now, Vicious, from what we could tell, was at one point in love with Julia.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get Julia to turn on Spike.
And let's not forget, Spike and Vicious were best friends. They were brothers, basically.
Yes.
They had each other's backs.
I believe Vicious put it best saying, I'm the only one that can protect you, and I'm the only one that can kill you.
And same to OCU.
Yeah.
But, speaking about Julia and the Vicious Circle,
Mm,
which is a nice wordplay, I might add.
yes, it is.
It's actually Julia's name being dropped the first time on the show that gives us our first preview of Vicious.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I wouldn't say that.
No, but
Because
like
Ballad of
Ballad of Fallen Angels
Angels
is
didn't have pretty much, it had almost no mention of Julia.
No, I mean, no.
You mean Goodnight Jupiter?
Yeah.
But that wasn't the first time we got development with Vicious.
No.
Ballad of Fallen Angels was.
Anyway, Ballad of Fallen Angels is the one where he got to meet up with Spike. At this point, he didn't know if Spike was dead or alive.
And I found this funny, but the first time they met, they kind of spoke like old friends.
Well, they were.
But not in the respect, like, they weren't buddy-buddy about it. They're just like, long time no see.
Yeah.
Weapons drawn, a whole bit.
And it ended with something blowing up.
Now, when George said he's got one eye on the past, that comes up multiple times through the story. The reason he's got one eye on the past is because he's got a cybernetic eye.
Remember when I said that he was given an impossible job? Well, he ends up with a bang. That bang cost him his eye. We don't know that, but it's implied.
Yes.
Now, something we haven't mentioned, Spike has an enormous threshold of pain and luck.
Kids, like, next level.
He has a horseshoe sewed up his ass.
Yes, he does.
And he gets beaten up a lot.
Yeah. But not, like, near death.
Oh, a couple times.
Not by just anybody. Specifically, I think only Vicious has ever beaten him near death.
What about the fat guy that was afraid of cats?
No, I don't think so. I'm not there yet in my rewatch.
Early episodes.
Oh no, then. No, I think we're good.
Anyway. Spike knows that to deal with his past, he has to deal with the present. To move on, he has to kill Vicious. But that's easier said than done, as we see in Ballad.
I would like to say he thinks he has to kill Vicious. I wouldn't say he has to.
Well, at this point, he thinks he does.
Yeah.
But at a later point, he knows he has to.
Yeah.
But between Ballad of Angels and this other point, one of my favorite episodes kicks in. Well, he teaches Bruce Lee's life theory about the martial art.
Now, I'm not a martial art expert, so I'm definitely going to let you handle this one.
To quote him, it's like water. Water is formless. Put it in a cup, it becomes a cup. Put it in a bucket, it becomes a bucket. Now water can crash or it can flow. Water is the force of energy. You can use it to direct or strike. Unfortunately, at the end of episodes, when the guy finally learned that lesson to his death.
Now, we mentioned that Bebop is very bittersweet.
Oh yeah.
And this is especially present whenever Spike is involved.
Oh, maliciously.
I know Spike's your character, but I would very much like to bring up Goodnight Jupiter.
Ah.
Now, we've mentioned Julia before, but we don't know much about Julia. As George said earlier, all it took was a name drop to get Spike to turn and go look for her.
Oh yeah.
Left Bebop everything.
Didn't tell anyone where he was going or where he was coming.
Well, no, Jet was there.
Yeah, but he didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. And like
This was the first time Jet ever heard of it.
And he was kicked off the ship for this. He's like, fine.
They had an argument.
He's like, fine.
Go.
Which happens multiple times throughout the series.
It's a running gag.
Yeah. But to me, that said a lot. That said that whoever this was on my first watch, whoever this Julia is, obviously means something.
Yeah.
And we knew nothing about her. At all. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I was waiting for you to say something. Go ahead. So, after he teaches this young boy Jinkundo, at the end of this boy's life, the next little bit of development I would say for Spike would be near the finale.
Definitely.
Where at one point they're in a bar, the bar gets jumped, and Spike gets shot. I mean, not Spike, Jet gets shot in the leg.
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Now, that's another reason why, and this is going into a topic Dave will discuss on his channel later.
Oh yes, that's actually going to probably come out next week.
That's another reason why Spike goes alone. Because he doesn't want anyone else getting hurt. So, that happens. A couple days go by, everything seems normal. He meets up with Julia, the woman of his dreams. He's happy right now. He's blissful. Everything's going fine. They even kill a couple people together.
Romancing.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. The sci-fi Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
But, as we've said, Bebop is bittersweet. And young Julia finally gets to see the stars. Her passing triggers something in Spike. Anger.
I would say it's a lot more than anger.
Oh yeah, but anger is the best way I'm phrasing it.
Yeah. Spike manages to let go of his past. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, back at the beginning when Dave said that Spike would saw something, he would die because of a woman. It finally comes to pass. Spike charges into the Syndicate's building, alone, armed, loses the use of one of his arms, meets up with Vicious, and they exchange those lines once more. Now, unfortunately, at the end of the show, Spike walks down, bang.
Now, I would like to